During the pentagram rite, there was a trailing blue light, except for the west, when it was a green. And in the north, where in that gap, I saw a twisted yellow staff. In the 7 sets of vibrations, I saw particles of light, just tiny little specks, assemble and disassemble. I saw a white that was knotted together, kind of reminds you of fingers on the side. First, there was vertical, then horizontal, and there was a scene of very pale, almost no tinge of yellow, but you could definitely see a tinge of yellow in the barren scene that had no features, kind of like some sort of flat desert. And then I felt a descent and a settlement. During the final reading, there was a sense of presence outside of the building, and there was at times a disconnect from the sense of feeling myself in the body. In the final scrying, I saw a white sphere, and then in a few blasts of euphoria coming down me, relieving all pain and stiffness, and this small, white, fiery sphere became large and with dark patterns and indentations, kind of like a moon, but it wasn't the moon from this planet. The sources of this book are sort of the sources that I have at least some familiarity with what they are, if not, just below the surface. A great familiarity. There's transliteration of some very important formulas that are necessary for the basic prayers and rituals, and telling you how to carry out some of those things, and presenting Zoroastrianism, as people call it, as some sort of mystical school, makes enough sense. And telling people the names of the various types of ritual objects. That's another important step, isn't it? And telling people that these ritual objects and things, well, if you can't get involved with the group, well, you say them yourself. And a very good list is here of the 101 names of God. And these kind of give you an idea that, hey, I'm going to use this when I'm asking for this. I'm going to use this. And all, of course, in honor of the true Creator, to develop a sense of what these rituals are and how it will encourage a goal in you to go out and implement these principles to make the world better, or whatever you want to call that. We need to remember that our spiritual records are as, it's a heritage for us. The ritual space, the things in the ritual space, the tools that we use, regardless if we have access to or can employ a regular ritual space, are set up a solid temporary one. There's things going on inside of us and outside of us, and we're connecting and we're affirming, relating certain things. We've talked about the month, and there's certain entities and stuff that people are mentioned regarding that. There's the qualities connected to the months and the days, and we can think of what these rituals mean to us. We can think of the history of greater Iran, Iranbeg, or Iranshar, or whatever you want to call it, because it's not just what happens in one area with what you involve yourself with spiritually. It's the different expressions, whether you personally use them or not.